Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Brent Benner, and I'm Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Management here at the University of Tampa. And I'd like to welcome everybody to our Florida Admitted Student Reception. And we do this one-time only event exclusively for students who are admitted to UT from Florida. So I'm not only a administrator here at UT, but I'm also a dad of three students who graduated from UT and have done incredible things, as well as my youngest daughter is a senior here at UT. She's a finance and cybersecurity major. So when I speak to you tonight, I'm speaking to you not only as an administrator at UT, but as somebody who is a dad and has personally experienced the great education here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to go over our agenda for this evening. And got a little PowerPoint here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the course of tonight's event is I'm going to speak about 15 minutes or so on the UT benefits and academic experience. And I do want to congratulate everybody here who's been accepted to UT, because our acceptance rate the last 4 years has averaged below 50%. In other words, most people who apply to UT don't get accepted. So I really want to congratulate you on that. And I do want to mention too that we've had, we were live in person. We're known for experiential education, as you'll find out tonight. And we had a successful fall in-person semester, which is great credit to the courage of our faculty and the great planning of our students and administrators and staff. And so anyway, we're obviously continuing that this current semester. And then after I'm speaking about benefits for about 15 minutes, we're going to have University of Tampa students for about half an hour speak about really pretty much everything at UT that they experience and that you'll experience, both the educational and extracurricular experience and living in Tampa and all. And finally, we're going to end with the coolest part of the session, in my opinion anyway, for about an hour, perhaps, and we'll go as long as an hour and 15 minutes with a live chat and Q&A with UT students, admissions counselors, and financial aid counselors. So we're going to try to answer all your questions. And although you won't get to meet other students, what's nice is during the live chat portion, you'll be able to see thumbnails of all the other students who are here watching this event. So I'd encourage you to turn your videos on so we can see your friendly faces. If you're already in your pajamas or maybe like me having a bad hair day, I certainly understand. But otherwise, if you could turn those on, that would be great. So other people could, see the variety of characters who are already admitted in your area to University of Tampa. All right, so I'm going to get started. And obviously we're in West Central Florida. We love our location because we're very close to the ocean, some of the greatest beaches around, and we're really within striking distance of almost everything within Florida. Our tagline is love where you live and learn. And it's really true. Research has shown that students who like the environment, the city or town that they live in, tend to do better academically in college than students who aren't very enamored with where they're studying. I moved here from Chicago. I uprooted my family. We moved here about 16 years ago from Chicago, and we really have enjoyed Tampa. It's obviously with an average temperature of 70 degrees in January, year-round outdoor activities. There's all kinds of things you can do, which the students are going to speak about. As well as it was important for me to go to a city with big time sports, arts, culture, entertainment, and the like. And certainly Tampa has that to offer. This is an aerial view of our campus for those of you who haven't been to our campus. And we have one of the greatest situations in the country in that we are located right in the heart of downtown Tampa. But notice how there's no city streets running through our campus. It's highly unusual for a city school. We really have a traditional self-contained campus culture here. We're really like an island in the city. But yeah, we can take advantage of all the things in the city. And that's actually a river that you're looking at to the right of your screen. Directly across that river is the city. So we Again, our students are going to talk about resume building and how important that is, as well as I'm going to speak about that. But there are all kinds of internships, volunteer experiences, part-time work that you can get related to your field. Our students get internships during the school year. They don't wait till the summer to do it. And the nice thing is we kind of have a monopoly on these internships because unlike most cities, we're the only university in the downtown area. The next closest university is 13 and a half miles away. So University of Tampa students really own the internships, volunteer work, and resume building experiences in the city. We have an incredibly diverse student body in every way, economically, religiously, and geographically. And we have a lot of international students at University of Tampa. But notice, unlike a lot of universities where they have a lot of international students like we do, but all their international students are from like one or two countries or from one continent. Not the case at University of Tampa. Our international student body is very diverse and really from all over. We have a nice slice of the world's pie. And also, we have students from every state, highly unusual. Those of you who are from Florida, you can really have an an out-of-state college experience by saying in-state because of our diverse student body. So you meet people from all over at UT, and that's one of the things our students love. And because of that, I would say that the successful UT student has these qualities. They're metropolitan, they obviously love the city. They're cosmopolitan, and they like studying with people different than them. They like learning about other cultures, other countries. You're going to hear about our robust travel abroad and study abroad opportunities. And one thing that I need you to carefully think about, because it's all about fit. I mean, we're a great university, but we don't promise to be the right university for everybody. Where you choose to go to school, it's very important that you consider fit. And I want to give you an incredible demographic. You see that 925 miles from home? That's our average US student studies almost 1,000 miles from home. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but most universities have very few students studying more than 200 miles from home at their location. Not so at University of Tampa. But you need to be independent. The successful University of Tampa student can do well away from mom and dad. So if you are prone to homesickness, I would strongly encourage you to look at options other than UT. We've had 2 retention analysts in my time at University of Tampa who've looked at why do students leave University of Tampa, and they found the same thing both times. Homesickness is the number one reason students leave UT. So going to college 200 miles from home, very different than going to college 1,000 miles from home. So please consider this before you make the commitment to University of Tampa. Again, if you're independent, you're going to do well. We have a lot of resources, and you're going to be with other students who are very much like you, studying here a long way from home. You know, we think we're a great university, but what's important is what other people think of the University of Tampa. And we're a member of the most elite group of colleges known as the Coalition for College. And as you can see, this involves all the Ivy League schools and some other incredible universities. And this isn't a magazine rating or anything like this. You have to be invited in the Coalition for College. And other universities don't invite universities into the Coalition to College unless they can meet certain metrics. Some of those are which are listed here, and do a great job with educating their students. So we're very proud to be one of the top 150 universities in the United States. We believe in a well-rounded education, liberal arts education. That's what the term baccalaureate experience is. It's a fancy way of saying a well-rounded liberal arts education. And all students, when you graduate from Tampa, sure, you're going to major in an area and specialize in an area, but you will take courses in these general areas. Again, you have a lot of choice within these areas, but to give you a feel for what I'm saying is art students have to take science classes. Science students have to take an art class, and on and on. So we graduate students that are not only experts in their field, but know a lot about everything in general. We're also a writing intensive university. And I've been very impressed with the fact that although my kids, I would say, were good writers when they came to UT, they left being great writers. And I know this from some of the grants they've gotten at the graduate schools they've gone to, as well as my kids were decent public speakers, most of them anyway. I won't name names, but when they graduated from UT, they're all incredible public speakers. And these are the skills that are very important if you want to succeed in the 21st century. Because we get students from all over, we like to put them together in a first year seminar class. And the purpose of this class is obviously to, get a UT connection and provide them some mentorship. So what we do is students have to take first year seminar. It's an academic credit course. And there's a number of different ways or types of first year seminar courses. Many of them are grouped by major. Those are the ones my students did. I had one of my kids was quite undecided, so he was grouped with 19 other undecided students. And we also have research-oriented first-year seminar courses. We have themed seminar courses. But the bottom line is you'll be with 20 other students. You have a faculty advisor, which will be your go-to person to help you navigate issues at UT. And you also have an upperclassman paid student mentor. So right off the bat, you have 19 other students you can connect with, and you have a faculty member you can connect with, and a paid student mentor, all working in close quarters with each other to ensure you success and navigating things you may encounter during your first semester and first year at UT. There's a huge qualitative difference about studying at a private university, particularly one like University of Tampa. If you go to a large state institution in the United States, you will have 1 out of 4 of your quote professors won't be professors at all. They'll be graduate teaching assistants who may not even have their master's degree. That's not going to happen at University of Tampa because over 90% of our faculty have doctorates or terminal degrees in their field. And what I mean by terminal degrees is that, for example, the highest earning degree typically in art and film, for example, is the MFA, Masters in Fine Arts. But you will have real professors. We have 0 graduate teaching assistants in the classroom, 0. And again, that's going to be at least a quarter of your so-called instructors if you go to a state university, certainly. We're also known for experiential education. That's why we were able to pull off in-person learning. If you like getting out of the textbook, getting out of the classroom, if you like doing what you study, then University of Tampa could be an excellent fit for you. Because no matter what you study at Tampa, I don't care if it's sociology, dance, whatever, you're going to get out of the classroom. You're going to do what you study. That's what we're known for. That's what we really base our whole curriculum around. And, it's very important. There's research in every field these days. Our students are going to speak about, we offer 48 $3,500 research stipends, 48 of them. It's almost impossible to do research at a large state university. And I want you to think broadly because we have research across fields. We have art students who do research. Again, research is done in every field in this day and age. And our students are going to speak more about this when they speak later. We're a medium-sized institution. We have around 10,000 students overall. That means we're not small, and that means we're not large. And let me drill down what medium means. These are our average class sizes, faculty-student ratio. We have very few classrooms with more than 45 seats in there, and our largest classroom is 75 seats. Compare this to, I would always encourage you to ask universities, what's your largest classroom? Because in all likelihood, you're probably going to end up there. And it's very different than the 300-seat classroom and 200-seat lecture halls that went to it at the university I went to, which was a large state university. We're very proud of these numbers. We have a great career services office. And we have 4 different avenues for getting internships, resume building experiences, career services just being one. Your faculty is another vehicle for it. Staff members, I've helped many people get internships. And my daughter actually got an incredible internship, paying $18 an hour. She got a cybersecurity internship that one of her fellow students recommended to her. So again, there's a lot of different paths. We're very proud of these numbers here at UT. And we place students into the top graduate schools in the country. And actually where 3 of my kids went, or schools listed there, my oldest son got his master's in neuroscience at the University of Oxford. Only 3 Americans were admitted in his class, so very tough to get in Oxford. My daughter just got her PhD this past December at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She got her PhD in microbiology. Guess what the #1 school in the United States is for getting a PhD in microbiology? University of Wisconsin-Madison. My youngest son, molecular biology, got in Johns Hopkins. He's in his second year getting his PhD at Johns Hopkins. Again, these aren't, I mean, my kids are hardworking kids, but they're not brilliant or anything. They're just took advantage of all the opportunities that UT had to offer. And you can see where our kids go when they graduate from here. Pretty incredible. So keep in mind that going to college is an adult game. We admit adults. That's why we like your parents, but we really like you. Okay. And when you go to UT, you've got to remember you have to commit to the student status as a job. And let me really define that for you. That means you need to spend 8 hours a day between your classes and studying, 8 hours a day, every day, except you can take one day off, Saturday or Sunday. You really need to study 8 hours a day. If you do that, that's a recipe for, graduating cum laude in some shape, manner, or form. Also, you have to be confident and independent, as I mentioned before. Please don't come to University of Tampa if you're not independent, if you're prone to homesickness. Again, I can't say that enough. You really have to take a look at yourself and see if you are the type of student that can go 1,000 miles from home. And remember, when you come to UT, your parents are there for you, but they're going to guide you. You're going to lead. Okay. It's an adult game. You have plenty of resources here, plenty of other students who are independent like you to help you out. So these are some things to keep in mind before I turn it over to the students. And again, if you think you're a good fit for UT, we really hope to see you here this fall. So I'm going to turn it over to the students at this point. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kevin Mondlane. I'm a graduate student at the University of Tampa, studying my MS in finance. I'm originally from Mozambique, Southern Africa. I'm an international student at UT, and today I'll be speaking to you guys about research, study abroad, and internship opportunities. Now, all across the board, no matter what your intended major is, research opportunities are widely available to you. Many different ways of getting in touch with these research opportunities. Just last year, we had 55 students receive a research grant. There are also summer fellowships, which are very popular. Get about $3,500 in stipend, $2,000 for your research supplies, traveling all over the world, many different locations. And again, the benefit of doing research is that you can get published, get more expertise knowledge about your intended field, and in many different ways of getting these grants all across the different majors at UT. Now, again, we have a lot of resource to make use of. Maybe you are a financial student like myself. You want to do some trading research. We have the Bloomberg Financial Trading Center. Maybe you're a marine scientist. We have research vessels located at Marine Science Field Station. So many incredible research resources for you to use. And of course, getting in touch with your professors in your classes, those smaller classrooms are a lot more beneficial for you to be able to have those connections and know what sort of research opportunities are available to you. We foster a very close relationship with our faculty as students, and therefore they can always tell us about this different opportunities for us to really get more of a in-depth look at the intended fields that we are interested in. We also have the Applied Learning Experience program. This is interdisciplinary, brings teams from all different majors and works with businesses in the area to either come up with creative pitches or solve a problem that they might be having. And again, this is the hands-on approach that we cultivate at UT. Now, again, you can also explore research endeavors abroad, many different ways of doing this. This is, again, some of the ways that students like to get out there and active, hands-on approach. Maybe you're doing coral reef restoration research, or maybe you are interested in shark bacteria. Those sorts of different things are available to you. And again, the opportunity to get published is very appealing as well, and because a large majority of our research funding goes to our undergraduate population. Now, internships are also vitally important all across the board. No matter what your major is, the city of Tampa is a hub, especially for us UT students, because of the fact that we are primarily located in the heart of downtown Tampa. I myself, again, had the privilege of this experience, would go for my internship 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then just walk over for classes right after. We can actually walk to our internships. That's one of our competitive advantages, and something that a lot of students make use of. And it is important to really bridge the gap of that professional world. The career services is going to be your best way to do that. They have a lot of career coaches that help students navigate all the different opportunities and experiences. Again, those professors in your classes are going to be vitally important as resources. They have a lot of incredible experience in their field, so they can really be good connections for us. Learning all of your different connections as students as well. We come from all over the world, different places, so our different networks are also important. And of course, using those different UT staff connections is another way that you get in line with these internships in the different area. Of course, career services, as I mentioned, is very important in helping us navigate those things. Almost 96% of students reported postgraduate success, whether that's a job, whether that's, continuing graduate studies like myself, but also for all of you coming from different states and different countries, almost 2/3 of students actually like to stay in Florida. And again, the reason why, because there are so many hands-on experiences in and around the Tampa Bay area. Maybe you want to get involved with the home shopping network. Maybe you're a Bachelor fan and you'd like to get involved with that. And these are just some pictures of past experiences from students. Again, this is some of the way that a lot of our students really get involved in the community. We have a lot of corporate offices from major companies such as MSNBC and Fox 13. So a wide variety of opportunities available to you, no matter what your major is. Tampa has a lot of different opportunities. And then of course we have our athletic, healthcare, and pre-med tracks. Of course, we have resources on campus, but we also foster a strong relationship with, for example, Tampa General Hospital. We do have the #1 nursing program in Florida. So all these different things and opportunities are ways that students really enhance their experience. That hands-on approach is vitally important and to really setting you apart from the rest of the world. And of course, finally, we are proud to have so many of our students go to top-notch universities all across the world. We have a strong and successful alumni network. And of course, these are just some of the things to look forward to in your journey at UT, all these different experiences. It is important that whilst you are doing your academic best, you are also in the real world trying to get a taste of what it's like. Once more, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys take care.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marcella Benner. I'm a senior from Valrico, Florida, majoring in cybersecurity and finance. I'm president of the UT Cybersecurity Club and also a member of the honors program, which is what I'll be telling you about today. When accepted to UT, you will automatically be enrolled into the honors program if you meet certain criteria. If you aren't initially enrolled into the honors program, though, don't worry, because if you work hard and do well your first semester, you can actually apply to get in later. The honors program just revamped their curriculum, so it'll look a bit different from the typical baccalaureate experience that most students have. In addition to still having to take the 2 writing and research classes and a math class that everybody has to take, honors students will now also be taking 3 team-taught interdisciplinary courses, as well as 3 idea labs in lieu of the rest of the typical baccalaureate requirements. Incoming honors students have the option to live in dedicated honors dorms or honors floors as well, and this is a great opportunity for students to get to know other students in the honors program. In addition to the various get-togethers and excursions around Tampa that the program offers, some of the other benefits of the honors program are the many scholarships and opportunities that they offer. For example, the honors program is invested in offering students research opportunities and has stipends available to help students do this. They also offer $1,000 to $2,000 scholarships for travel courses that are offered by the university. For example, I was able to take advantage of this my sophomore year when I took a chemistry and art course that went to Italy. Needless to say, this was very helpful for me in being able to finance that opportunity. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight the Oxford Study Abroad program, which is only available to honors students. Each semester, excluding these last 2, of course, the honors program sends 3 honors students to Oxford University in England for the whole semester. Oxford is the 3rd most expensive college in the world, but through this program, students only have to pay their normal UT tuition for the semester, and the honors program will actually cover the difference. I was lucky to have been able to participate in this program in the fall 2019 semester and had an incredible experience. When you're there, you get to take classes and join clubs as if you're a real Oxford student. You take classes with Oxford professors in the traditional Oxford style, where you don't sit in a classroom with a bunch of students, but rather you meet directly with professors in a more one-on-one environment. You also live in an apartment within the city of Oxford and are walking distance to pretty much anything of interest in the city. You also get to eat meals in the dining halls, which are incredible to see and sit in. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you may recognize this dining hall as the one that they filmed the Harry Potter movies in. So as if going to Oxford wasn't cool enough by itself, you basically get to attend Hogwarts on top of that. Like I said, in the past, students have been able to involve themselves in Oxford clubs. For example, I was in the computer science club as well as was able to play for the women's basketball club. I've also known other students that have gone that were able to join the hockey club, the scuba diving club, and the calligraphy club. Lastly, I just want to say that another amazing thing about this Oxford experience is that it's a great stopping point for you to go and experience other parts of Europe. For example, me and my friends were able to go to Switzerland, Germany, Poland, and Denmark. And my friend who was a part of the scuba diving club actually was able to go with them to Egypt, where they dove in the Red Sea. And for her, a marine biology major, that was an unforgettable experience. Thanks, guys. And if you have any more questions about the honors program, I encourage you to check out the information that they have at ut.edu/honors.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emily Mayer. I'm a current student at the University of Tampa studying accounting, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about study abroad. I had the opportunity to study abroad in summer of 2019, where I went to Greece for about 6 weeks and was able to take 2 different courses during my stay there. The way I found out about these study abroad opportunities was going through the study abroad fairs, which UT hosts every single semester. And it's a great way for you to walk around the Vaughan lobby, see what kind of opportunities are coming up in the next year or two, and see what really piques your interest. There are over 1,000 different educational opportunities in about 60 different countries, all of which can be viewed on the study abroad portal. When it comes to options of studying abroad, you can do a semester or a year abroad, and of course, like I did, summer or winter. As you can see here, there's tons of different things to do while you're studying abroad because it isn't just an educational experience, but also a cultural experience. It's a great way to know about the things surrounding you, doing different things that you wouldn't be able to do here in Tampa. And it's a great way to diversify yourself as a student. If you're looking at studying abroad, we do offer UT travel courses, which is our most popular option at UT. When you do a UT travel course, you actually take the entire course here on campus at UT, and then for 2 weeks at the end of the semester, you'll travel with your professor and all of your classmates to the destination to further your knowledge in the course you had just taken. We also have UT Language Abroad, international internships, and semester at sea, which is basically like Sweet Life on deck. If you take a look at some of these pictures from previous study abroad opportunities that students have taken advantage of, you can see it really is a great cultural and educational experience for you to take advantage of during your time in college. I definitely recommend doing so, as for me, it's definitely one of the most, one of the greatest experiences I've had so far in my time during college. The last note I do want to leave you guys with is that about 41% of employers consider offering a higher salary to students that studied abroad because of how globalized the entire world is today. No matter what sort of industry you're looking at working in after you're done with college, studying abroad is a great way to show that you can work well with others who are completely different from you and that you are able to be diverse in a numerous amount of ways. And next, I'm going to hand it over to Campus Life. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Cassidy Machichi. I am a junior at UT. I'm majoring in allied health and minoring in sociology. So starting off, I'm going to be talking a little bit about campus life. So aside from doing homework and studying all day long, there's a ton of on-campus activities to do throughout the day. As you can see, we have hammocking in Plant Park, we have biking around campus or even off campus, we have athletic games, and just hanging out with your friends in general. One of my personal favorite things to do was definitely to hammock in Plant Park, a nice relaxing environment to have a nice break from studying. On campus, we have over 260 different clubs and organizations, so there's always something for everyone. There's anything ranging from ROTC, we have our student productions, and we also have fraternity and sorority life if you're interested in that. Here we have our Greek life, so fraternities and sororities, we do have a number of them on campus. We are a little different, however, we do not have fraternity and sorority housing. However, after your first year on campus, if you do want to live with some of your fraternity or sorority brothers or sisters, you can certainly choose to do so. Any more information about our Greek life is definitely going to be found on our website at ut.edu. Here is our UT Fitness Center. So first floor is going to be your cardio equipment. Second floor is going to be all of your heavyweight equipment, as you can see here. So whichever one works best for you, you are available to use both floors to whichever you would like. We also hold a bunch of different classes during the week, ranging from cycling, we have Zumba, we have yoga, we have HIIT workouts, and they're all free to our UT students. The only thing you have to do right now is sign up an hour before the event to reserve your spot. This is our on-campus aquatic center or campus pool. Right now, we are in the process of building a brand new one, which I'm sure you will see during your presentation today, but this is our current one. So we do have our lap pool area, and then we do have a small recreation area. If the swim team is not in the pool, you are free to use the space too, however you would like. But if the swim team is in the pool, just make sure you're respecting their space and not being in their way. But all of these chairs and cabanas that you see, those are also first come, first serve. So get a good spot at the pool when you can. Right here is Party in the Park. This is hosted by Student Productions, which is actually the organization that I am personally involved in. This is Party in the Park. So during the spring semester, we do hold a free concert for all of our students. You just have to reserve your ticket and you're free to go. It's a ton of fun. You get to hang out with your friends, have a break from studying. In the past, we've had Jesse McCartney and T-Pain, We've had X Ambassadors, we've had Quinn 92 and Dea. So we've had some pretty cool people come to our school and perform for us. So definitely something to look forward to. This is Pepin Stadium. So we do not have a football team at UT. So this is mainly going to be used for our men's and women's soccer, as well as our track team. Along with that, we do also have Division III hockey. So we are a D2 sports school, but we do have Division III hockey, and we do also have Division I women's volleyball, beach volleyball. So a part of being a UT student, you are able to get discounted tickets to certain games. This one, as you can see here, this is for our Tampa Bay Lightning. You do get discounted tickets, which is just super awesome. Again, a nice time to hang out with your friends and have a break from being on campus. So a lot of fun. Along with our D2 sports, we do also have club and intramurals. So if you are interested in still playing a sport, but maybe not having it take up a lot of your time, you can look into the intramural or club sports. This is our intramural field. It's located right on West Kennedy, so it's super close in proximity to campus. Mainly our lacrosse team plays here as well, but also for our intramural sports too. Volunteering. Definitely one of my big things is definitely get involved on campus, whether it's with a club or organization. It's really good, looks really great on resumes, looks really great when you apply to jobs that you were involved throughout your time in college. So definitely try to get involved and volunteer as much as you can. Now these are our freshman residence halls. So we have Smiley Hall, Morsani Hall, we have our UT Boathouse, we have Austin Hall, McKay Hall, and Bond Center. So all of our dorms are going to be suite style, which means that they are 2 bedrooms with a bathroom connected in the middle. We have no communal bathrooms here at UT, so you'll never be sharing a bathroom with more than 4 or 5 people. The bedrooms can be doubles or triples, depending on the dorm and the room size, but it'll just be 3 of everything. So you get your bed, the dresser, a wardrobe, and a desk with a chair. This is some of our upperclassmen dorming. So this is Palm Apartments. These were just recently built a couple years back. Apartment style means it's going to be 4 single bedrooms. You have a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom that just you and your 3 other roommates share, which is super awesome. Definitely something to look forward to. This is the outside of Palm Apartments in the back, a nice little study area. If you're getting tired of sitting at your desk all day, staring at a wall, whatever it may be, you can take a nice break and come outside and enjoy some fresh air. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that we do have virtual tours on our website, ut.edu, of all of our dorms that we have on campus. So whichever one you get picked to live in your first year at UT, you can definitely take a look at that online so you can get an idea of what decorations you might want to bring, and I guess how much stuff you can bring. Now, on campus living, as I mentioned, there's a ton of stuff to do on campus. Just hang out with your friends, have a good time, live that college experience, study hard, but also have a good time with your friends. Now, dining options. So we have 2 dining halls. We have Vaughn Center, and then we have Morsani Hall. So those are also going to be freshman dorms. So the first floor of both of those buildings are going to be your dining options. There are 2 completely different options in each. In Vaughn Center, we have our ultimate dining. We have Einstein Bagels, Fresh Creations, Chick-fil-A, La Havana, and The Grill. And then in Morsani, we have Star Ginger. We have a Dairy Queen on campus. We have Salsa Rico, Gourmet Grocer, and Pandini's. Alongside with that, we do also have a Starbucks on campus. It is a full-size menu, so they have all the drinks and the food options that you can enjoy. Now, freshman car policy. Unfortunately, here at UT, we do not allow freshmen to have cars, but trust me, it is not that big of a deal. You will have a ton of friends that you can hang out with either on campus. We are super close proximity to downtown. So just walking into downtown, getting a bite to eat with your friends, you trust me, you do not need a car. As far as groceries go, you'll make friends with people who do have cars. So, every now and then just be like, hey, can you bring me to the grocery store? It works out super well. We also have what's called the Downtowner, which is like an Uber service, but for students, and they'll take you anywhere in the downtown area. You can also do Ubers or Lyft, whatever works best for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Zana Sadi and I'm a current international student at UT from Zambia in Southern Africa. I'm a sophomore at UT majoring in nursing, but apart from the nursing program, I'm also Spartan Ambassador in the undergraduate admissions office. Today I'll be talking about campus safety and just life in Tampa in general. So at UT, safety, health, and wellness are a priority. The University of Tampa's Department of Campus Safety is just dedicated to providing a safe environment for all on campus. We have several campus safety officers patrolling campus 24 hours a day, every day of the year. So if you ever have a problem, you can always just call them and they will be more than happy to help you out. They can provide pedestrian escorts, even publish a crime, just essentially anything that you may need, they will be happy to help you. We also have a mobile alert system. We do live in Florida, so we always have hurricane updates. And with that, you just get an update either by email or on your phone. And they'll just let you know if there's anything happening in the area or just anything you may need to know in a situation like that. We also have a health and wellness center on campus. So every student has a United Healthcare insurance that's part of their tuition. They can opt out of it. And you will use that when you go to the health center or even some hospitals off campus. So we do have Tampa General Hospital, which is 5 blocks from UT. And if you need to go there, Campus Safety will provide you transport to and from the hospital. But in the Health and Wellness Center, you can get immunizations, some over-the-counter drugs that you may need. They can write you prescriptions. And if they don't have the medication, you can always go to a pharmacy off campus and buy it from there as well. All students also have 6 free counseling sessions. So if you tend to get homesick like myself, they might be able to help you out in there as well. So I can't think of a better location for university than the University of Tampa. It is in within walking distance to downtown, which is very, very beautiful area. You have a lot of restaurants, just a whole bunch of things to do in downtown. You also have our infamous Bayshore Boulevard. So if you ever need a break from the busy college life, you can always just go there for a walk or a run, whatever it may be. It is within walking distance from campus, and it's the longest sidewalk in the US. It offers beautiful views of the beautiful bay or even downtown Tampa skyline views. We also have Sparkman Wharf, which is also within walking distance from campus. So it's kind of like an outdoor area. It's just very nice. It's down in Channel Side. You can go there. There's a lot of restaurants, just a whole lot of food options to pick from. Sometimes there's live bands over there, especially in times like this with all of the COVID regulations. You might just want to go outdoors for a meal or just to hang out with some of your friends. That's just another picture of it. And then we have Armature Works, which is also within walking distance from campus. It's kind of the same as Sparkman Wharf. It's a food area, but it's indoor. You also have the outdoor area, but you can purchase your food indoors. You have a lot of different options to pick from. And it's along the river walk, so you can always just walk there with your friends or whatever it may be. But there are a lot of places to go to within close proximity to the campus. So I can guarantee you're never ever gonna get bored here at UT, and it is a lot of fun.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Torelli. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm also currently a sophomore here at the University of Tampa, studying international business and management with a minor in leadership studies. And today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about our leadership opportunities, as well as some of our sports teams that we have here on campus. So one of the main reasons I came to University of Tampa was because I truly saw myself growing as a leader. And that's thanks in part due to our amazing on-campus organizations, such as the UT Diplomats that we see with their red jackets, and our great fraternities and sororities in their philanthropy work. Also, thanks to our great on-campus organizations and clubs whose sole priority is not only to create leaders, but also to engage those members into providing service efforts to our community here at UT, as well as the entire Tampa Bay area. We also have Army, Navy, and Air Force ROTC, as well as our Elite Leadership Program. What's really unique about this program is that you actually move on campus a couple days earlier to then go on a leadership engaging retreat to learn skill sets that will help you be a leader all throughout your college career. You also get to move in earlier. That is such a huge perk because you get first dibs on which beds you get in your dormitory, and you also get to rearrange your room slightly to the way you would like it. Because you have a leadership minor, which is what I am currently taking. What's really nice about that minor is that you don't only learn how to be a leader in your classroom setting, but they also teach you skill sets on how to be a leader in your career and in your professional and personal lives as well. Also about some of our sports teams. So we have 20 NCAA Division II sports teams. All of them have won a whole bunch of Sunshine State championships, as well as some national championships. Here's a list of some of our sports teams. What's really nice is that all of our sports teams are facilitated out of our brand new Bob Martinez Athletic Center. It was also nice to know that a lot of our student athletes actually have a higher graduation rate than our normal student body population. And we also have ice hockey here at the University of Tampa. And some things I really want you guys to consider is how to spend your time here at UT. I really spent my time here building up my resume, not only through joining a whole bunch of organizations and clubs, but I really was engaging myself in my school at the University of Tampa and also in the community. And through doing that, I have met some amazing, amazing people, some great friends that will last me a lifetime. And I really hope you guys follow suit.
Hi, everyone. I'm Phoebe Perlman, Assistant Director of Admissions here at the University of Tampa. I am so excited for you because you have the opportunity to start your journey as a UT Spartan. Now, I know you've heard a lot about what makes the UT experience so incredible, and now it's time to talk about what you need to do in order to actually start this journey. So I'm going to detail some really important steps that you'll need to take if you want to officially become a UT student. First and foremost, you'll need to submit the $500 deposit to secure your spot as a student and your on-campus housing. You can submit this deposit on your Spartan Start portal, and it's imperative that you do so as soon as possible. We actually will completely refund the deposit up until May 1st if you request it back in writing, so there's really no harm in submitting the deposit sooner rather than later. The reason that it's so important to submit this deposit sooner rather than later is because this will actually affect your housing application at UT. So you will get access to your housing application shortly after you submit your deposit, and the housing application is available on your MyUTampa portal, which is basically your one-stop shop once you are an official UT student. Now, the housing applications are reviewed on a first-come, first-served basis based on the date that you submitted the application itself. The application will ask you some questions about your living style, whether you go to bed late, wake up early, or messy, neat, somewhere in between, so that residence life can best match you with a roommate who has similar living preferences. If you do have a roommate in mind that you've met in the Facebook group, then you can also request a roommate on this housing application. However, you cannot request a specific residence hall. Now, this housing application is due no later than May 1st, but like I said, the sooner that you submit this housing application, the more likely we are to meet your preferences. Now, another time-sensitive task that you'll need to complete is your freshman preference form. This form actually has to do with your first semester schedule. You do not create your first semester schedule here at UT. Our academic advising office will actually do that for you to take some of the stress away. So instead, we ask you to fill out this freshman preference form, and our academic advisors will use it to dictate your first semester schedule. So this form will ask you questions about what level of math you finished in high school, what your intended major is, what your other interests are, and if you've taken any AP, IB, or dual enrollment courses. It's really important to note those courses on this form, even if you're currently in them and haven't completed them yet, because we don't want to put you in any courses that you will be getting credit for. This form will also ask you about your BAC 101 preferences, and BAC 101 is a mandatory first-year transitional course here at UT, which has different themes. So it'll ask you what your top themes are for this course as well. And this form is due no later than May 15th. It is available on your Spartan Start portal under your Fall Start checklist. This Fall Start checklist will become available once you submit your deposit, and it also includes some other tasks as well, but you have some additional time to complete these tasks. These tasks include submitting a photo for your student ID card, submitting your health forms, and asking your high school to send us your final high school transcript. Now, like I said, you do have, some additional time to complete these tasks, but the sooner you complete them, the less that you have to worry about over the summer. Now, come August 1st, you will receive access to our online orientation modules. These modules have to do with academics, safety and security, student life, support services, and this is only the first part of orientation. I'll get to that in a second, but like I said, it becomes available August 1st, and we do ask that you complete it before arriving on campus. Another task that's super important to complete is financial aid. So we'll ask you to go into your secure financial portal, which if you've submitted the FAFSA, you should have access to now, and actually accept or deny your financial aid awards, specifically loans. This way we'll be able to properly calculate your bill, and you can get that settled and taken care of before arriving on campus. Now, if you complete all of these tasks over the summer, then you'll be cleared for curbside check-in. We really want the move-in process to be as seamless as possible. So by completing all of these tasks, you'll be able to pull up to the curb next to your new home here on campus, and we will have a team of Spartan move-in people ready to move you into campus or move you into your residence hall. Now, if you do not complete these tasks, then you may have to do some running around on campus on move-in day, and that is the last thing that you want to do in Florida in August. So all the more reason to get these tasks completed over the summer before you get to campus. And once you arrive and after you've moved in, that is when the real fun begins. So the second portion of orientation is actually a week-long orientation program called Week of Welcome. And this includes different activities, workshops, social gatherings, so that you can acclimate to campus life and get to know other UT students. Now, at this point, I encourage you to stay on for the live portion of this event so that you can meet other admitted students in your area as well as current UT students. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and enjoy the live portion of your admitted student reception. Go Spartans!